Good afternoon. Please remain standing, and I'd like to invite the Water Boys to sing our national anthem.
Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My pleasure to welcome you to the 102nd Convocation of the University of Waterloo. 102nd Convocation. Now, graduates, as I was thinking of today, you're going to be graduating. I was reminded of the president of a company who was scheduled to make an important speech. And he told one of his new employees, a young graduate, he told her or him to write a punchy 20-minute speech. Punchy, he said. When the president returned from the big event, he was furious. What's the big idea of writing an hour-long speech for me? He said. Half the audience walked out before I finished. The new employee was baffled. I wrote you a 20-minute speech, he replied, but I also gave you 2 extra copies. So when you have to write this speech, please be careful. Here at Waterloo, each convocation is a celebration of the achievements of our graduates. And this afternoon, we celebrate with those graduates in the Faculty of Science. On behalf of the Board of Governors and the Senate of the University, I'd like to express my congratulations and best wishes to all those who will graduate this afternoon. Please savor every minute of today's ceremony and the celebrations that will follow within your circle of family and friends. Today is a rite of passage, a passage to an exciting future where you can apply knowledge, share your experience, expertise, and continue learning. I also welcome the families and guests of the graduating students. Your presence today is a tangible demonstration of your support and commitment to the success of our graduates. We will begin with the conferring of honorary degrees and titles on individuals who have distinguished themselves in the academy. We will then confer bachelor's, master's, doctoral degrees. Finally, medals will be awarded to graduating students who have excelled in their studies. The proceedings will take less than 2 hours, and we ask that you remain in your place after the convocation, till the convocation is adjourned and the academic procession has left the convocation hall. The ceremony blends certain age-old university rites and protocols with the spirit of informality which characterizes Waterloo. We trust that it will be an occasion to remember and an occasion to enjoy. I offer you my congratulations as you move from Waterloo, and I challenge you, take risks, be unconventional, but do not forget that honesty, integrity, and the strength of character should be the driving force in all that you do. As an aside, when I was your age, I was introduced to a book by the author was Napoleon Hill. The name of the book was Think and Grow Rich, a wonderful book that studied success stories of businessmen, doctors, politicians, scientists, and others. And the book analyzed the principles behind their success and explained it in very simple terms, concluding with this line: what the mind can achieve, what the mind can conceive, the mind can achieve. What the mind can conceive, the mind can achieve. So one day, when finally you have made your mark in this world, make sure you give back to others less fortunate. After all, every one of us has benefited from the wisdom, advice, and generosity of others that have helped shape our careers. So let me then end with a Chinese proverb. And the Chinese proverb goes something like this: if you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. But if you want happiness for a lifetime, go help somebody. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this convocation, and we will now begin. So thank you very much.
Mr. Chancellor, I present Ann Dell. Ann Dell, professor at Imperial College London, is an internationally respected biochemist focusing on the chemistry and biochemistry of carbohydrates, a key component of all living systems. She has had a major impact in biological and medical sciences through her research investigations into the structure and function of glycoconjugates and the study of cellular glycomics. Glycomics is the comprehensive study of a cell's entire complement of sugars, including their genetic, physiological, pathological, and other intra- and extracellular functions. Cell-to-cell recognition is extensively mediated by molecular interactions between proteins and surface sugars. Professor Dell's studies have contributed in a major fashion to our fundamental understanding of how cell-to-cell communications occur in living systems. These critical studies are quintessential to medically important topics such as bacterial infection and cancer. A chemist by formal training, Professor Dell has internationally recognized expertise in the application of various techniques, especially mass spectrometry, to further understand the relationship of molecular structure to biological function. Her research in the area of glycopolymer analysis by mass spectrometry and her development of microchemical manipulation techniques to handle minute quantities of complex carbohydrates impacts biological chemistry as well as analytical and physical chemistry. Through her wide-ranging contributions to the chemical sciences as they relate to biochemistry and biology, Professor Dell has brought the application of advanced modern techniques to the exploration of complex problems in the life sciences. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of her many scientific accomplishments and her major contributions to our understanding of medically important problems at the molecular level, I request that you confer the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, upon Ann Dell. I now invite Dr. Dell to address Convocation.
Chancellor, President, Vice President, members of Senate, distinguished guests, graduands, most importantly, ladies and gentlemen. The task I am asked to fulfill today is an honored and welcome one. I have to deliver a short, inspiring, and memorable address. Short is easy, and I can promise that. Inspiring must be left to your judgment. Memorable is also difficult to judge. Do you, as Robert Louis Stevenson wrote, have a grand memory for forgetting? What do I remember when 40 or so years ago, it is as long as that, unfortunately, I sat in a similar place to where you are now? Actually, I recall very little. In fact, I can't even remember whether there were any speeches. I expect there were some. But I do have a vivid memory of some of the world events that inspired me as an undergraduate. And I'm sure that the speakers will have highlighted some of them. They will have flagged the first moon landing, which I had the privilege of watching live due to an amazing physics professor at my university, University of Western Australia, who rigged up a TV set in the physics lecture theatre, and we watched the landing live instead of listening to a physics lecture. But I didn't become an astronaut, nor did I become an astronomer. The first heart transplant was in the news, but I wasn't drawn to medicine. The laser was there, a solution looking for a problem, and I was quite good at physics, so maybe I would have found at least one tiny little problem. But that didn't seem right. I had to search for the spark within me, and I eventually found it. But I really must think of you folks now, you the graduands, your families, and your friends. What are the exciting discoveries that have inspired you as undergraduates to pursue science? Was it the Human Genome Project, the sequencing of the human genome? Was it the Hubble telescope, cloud computing, 3D television? Maybe it was the hybrid car. This is a threshold of your life. Today, you approach a bridge linking two ways of life. One you know very well. It's the life of your past, your family, your friends, your university. Over the bridge, it's different, because the path you can take is still uncertain. You see an infinity of possible ways forward because the terrain is not yet mapped. It's you who must map it. To say your future is in your own hands is trite. It may be true, but it isn't very helpful. Certainly, you can mold your future, but to do it to advantage, you must assess the way before you. Like a pilot at sea assesses the seabed, the winds, and the ocean currents. You want to seek your fortune in your chosen profession, but you need also to think about what you offer to the world across the bridge, for only then can you choose the best path. You want to take, but you must also give. Every one of you has assets and chains. Everybody has things they're good at, and things that cause them problems. And I do mean everybody. Yes, you, and even you. There is some activity, some power which you command more effectively than your contemporaries. Of course, there is the counter-negative side, which is there too. But we leave that, because we're on a path to lasting success. And as Queen Victoria said, we're not interested in the possibilities of defeat. They do not exist. We concentrate on our talents, even if we don't know them yet. Across the bridge, there are opportunities for all, and with an open mind and the determination to start again if you choose the wrong path at first, you can match your talents with these opportunities. The country across the bridge may look fearsome from the comfortable and sheltered side that you're on now. Shakespeare made it look more accessible with his "Why then, the world's mine oyster, which I with sword will open," an adage often used in sermons, or so I am told. The rough, serrated surface of the oyster is certainly unappealing, but if you have the courage to explore, and you discover your sword, you will expose the pearl within, and there are pearls aplenty across the bridge. When I crossed the bridge, my horizons seemed somewhat limited. My short-term prospects had actually been brilliant because my wonderful mentors at the University of Western Australia had secured a scholarship for me to go to Cambridge. However, long-term it appeared very uncertain. Once I had graduated, I found that opportunities to capitalize on my new PhD status as a budding chemist, as I then thought myself to be, appeared vanishingly small. Though there were many exciting things happening in the world, none seemed to need me. They needed other people. But I did follow the advice I am giving you. I did not give up and settle for a quiet domestic life. I took my oyster to Imperial College London and there discovered attributes I had never thought I possessed, which allowed me to morph into the biochemist that I am today. Your world is much more benign. The world that is your oyster is huge. Canada might not be flowing in milk and honey, but it is steeped in natural resources. And though you may not see yourselves as prospectors, you can get much benefit from the wealth that comes from these industries. That wealth impinges directly on your standard of living, which is among the highest in the world, and there is as much opportunity here as there was in any gold rush. Canada is alert to the power of research and development in sowing seeds for future prosperity, and the proportion of the population involved in R&D is greater than any European G7 country. Your training gives you a head start in joining that workforce. How you react to that opportunity will certainly expose your character, for only you can decide whether the landscape before you is strewn with barriers to block you or hurdles for you to jump over. Your heritage primes you to explore. Canada was a quintessence of discovery, a land where little was known and rewards came to those who dared. Many succeeded, though perhaps their accomplishments weren't trumpeted as widely as those in countries who have mastered the art of public acclaim. You can judge for yourself. For how many of you recording this ceremony by using cameras in your cell phones appreciate that digital photography started with a Canadian inventor? Quantum cryptography, which will keep your internet finance safe, also was developed by a Canadian. And his efforts have been followed by Canadians producing the first quantum computer, which was sold a few weeks ago. These examples show you the way. With confidence in your own ability, you can go far afield and capitalize on your talents while developing them further. Success won't necessarily come easy. There are others who will compete, and I don't mean just those sitting in the same row who have their own dreams. What picks the men from the boys, the women from the girls, is self-belief, fostered by what you've learned here and enhanced by conviction in your own ability to overcome obstacles. Here you have had a fine beginning in an environment full of hope and ambition. This is a great university with a proud history, and its alumni testify to the magnificent start they received. But while all this is good advice, it's not your priority for today or tomorrow or this week. This is a time for happiness, joy, and exultation. For you have won through. The long days and nights when you've struggled to master concepts that seemed in a language foreign to you are over. Now you can share with those close to you a great achievement. For degrees aren't given out with the rations, they have to be earned. And a point to remember, your degree is permanent. It can't be taken away. So look around you with pride. You come from a noble stable. You have your start, your launch pad. Now, continue to embrace your university's history and go over the bridge and conquer.
Dr. Dell,
On behalf of the University of Waterloo, I would like to thank you for your inspiring, encouraging remarks to our graduates, and also welcome you into the group of Waterloo's distinguished alumni. Thank you. Would members of the graduating class please rise? Mr. Chancellor, I present those scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the university, I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees, to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities therein undertaken.
Alumni, you may take your seats. I would now like to invite Daami Sarma to come forward and deliver the valedictory speech.
Today is a day for celebration. Good afternoon, Mr. Chancellor, members of Convocation, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen. Graduation gowns, diplomas, and fancy hats, today is definitely a day for celebration. Graduates, as you look around you, you are surrounded by the faces of your colleagues and your friends. This one moment is a celebration of your immense accomplishment of graduating from the University of Waterloo with a degree in science, and also about thanking those professors, mentors, family, and friends who supported you along the way. Each and every one of you has a different story to tell, and though I can in no way completely describe your individual experiences, I can most certainly speak to the one thing that unites us all: a shared curiosity and passion for science. At some point in your life, you each made the decision to follow this desire to explore, and what you have accomplished, this immeasurable and incredible act, is something that will be a part of who you are always. And yet, no matter how great or how large this achievement is, to many of you, graduating can really just mean a lot of questions. Where will I get hired? Will I ever pass my boards? Shall I go and travel the world? Or even just the completely dreaded yet utterly familiar, so what's next? Well, you know what I think? I think that right now isn't about tomorrow. It's about today. It's about celebrating this moment, reveling in your incredible triumph, and remembering the very experiences that brought you to this stage. Right now is about looking fondly on the all-nighters, some academic, some not, or even thinking back to those lab reports that would just never end. Right now is about recognizing what a gift it was to be able to leave one of your lectures only to realize that the way you perceived the world 50 minutes before was no longer quite the same. While students in other faculties may have found exam periods to be exhausting or frustrating, you have keenly viewed as an opportunity to beat the odds of natural selection. It sounds silly, but the scientific eye you gained while being here will forever affect your worldview. Right now is about wondering how you survived so many moves between co-op and school, and it's about realizing that going to Waterloo was about a lot more than battling the bugs, but let's be honest, taking on some pretty fearless geese as well. It's about appreciating the missed connections of the imprint and 2 a.m. campus pizza, and it's about reflecting on the excitement of cheering on your mates at the Cornell Cup, or even taking just a second to ponder why it is that the secret science dance always seemed infinitely less cool when performed alone in your bedroom. And finally, this moment right now is about recalling that feeling just after you walked out of your last exam, or you placed the finishing touches on your thesis, and you realized that this particular and incredibly significant chapter of your life was coming to an end. As scientists, we are taught to analyze, to pull this world apart into its smallest fragments to determine how they work together to create the world we live in. Microbiology, mineralogy, quantum mechanics, organic chemistry, it is all about understanding the world on its most fundamental levels to create real change on a macro scale. And so, you are being challenged to critically examine who you are and determine how it is that you will now affect change in the world we live in. As science students, we have been taught to break boundaries, question convention, desire innovation. This is your next quest: to break your own boundaries, to question personal conventions, and to innovate yourself to create the tomorrow of your dreams. As you step up on this stage and the culmination of all your hard work reaches an end, I leave you with this one thought as you look towards the future. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore, dream, discover. Congratulations, class of 2011. You did it.
Danny, thank you very much for your wonderful, inspiring, memorable words. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, we have just formally acknowledged the achievement of our graduates, and your achievements have been significant. You have been challenged, you have been stretched, you have invested a great chunk of your time, your life, and effort here at the University of Waterloo. And if we have done our job carefully and correctly, you will see a significant return on your investment as you leave our campus today. As I look around today, it's obvious that I see many people who are here to celebrate your success here today with you. These are the people who have supported you right from day one until you're graduating. They will probably continue supporting you in more than one way. There were times that you thought it was really tough. There were times that you thought you were not going to be able to write that exam. You grabbed the phone, you called somebody, and they were there for you. The proof is here. You're here sitting, you're graduating today, and they're extremely proud of you. They supported you morally, and they supported some of you financially. There were days that you didn't know if your bank account was ever going to survive, and the checks kept coming, or transferred kept coming, or miraculously your credit card debt all of a sudden disappeared. And the food packages or care packages, they started appearing. But most importantly, they believed in you, they supported you, and you are here today. I would like to now ask all the families, friends, parents, partners, brothers, sisters, would you please rise? Members of the graduating class, please join me and acknowledge those people who supported you throughout your studies here. Thank you. You may be seated. I'd like to remind you of a couple of just minor points. I'm sure you will be delighted to take pictures of your graduating students here. To the right of my podium, this is the area that you will come and take pictures. To get here, you can't directly access to this place. You have to go out from the back and then come to this place. As soon as you take pictures, please make sure that you go back to your seat, because there's an army of people behind you wanting to do the same thing. And students, graduating class, would you please return back to your seats and then remain seated until we finish the convocation ceremony today. Thank you.
Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science, General Science, 3-year. Jessica Ann Barber, Khurram Bhatti, Ralph Joseph Brown. Adrian Mark Edlund, Stacy Felton, Sana Goswami. Sarah Johnson, Simon Kakembo, Fatima Khan. Brian Knapp, Ryan Douglas Kwan, Soon Sang Kwan. Tayu Liu, Stephanie Esther Lugasi, Jessica Lauren McNeilich. Chancel Esperanza Mohammed, Jivitesh Pandey, Urvi Patel. Bogdan Petrescu, Catherine Ann Ridings, Elizabeth R. Robinson. Ajit Saldana, Nadine Salaka, Shi Yao Sun. Prina Tana, Ku Yu Tong, David Wilkin. Giovanna C. Jing Wu, Yogathipan Yoganathan, Emily Ann Zielman. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science, Honors Science. Brittany Christina Abbott, Brandon Amiel, Amanda Anarilli. Gorinder Adesha, Nashwat Badwani, Stephen Carlisle. Pramita Chakraborty, Hidi Chan, Jesse Chung. Chungman Johnny Choi, Andrew Richard Churchill, Tamara Amanda Dahari. Edwina Dye, Michael Lee Davenport, Mark DeFields. Megan Gertrude Douglas, Kathleen Victoria Ferrugia, Nihal Fulford. Adrian Fonseca, Brandon Manisha Green, Zemin Gul. Ji Yoon Han, Samantha Henderson, Sinthuja Jayasaralingam. Daniel Kaminga, Muhammad Hasib Khan, Lena Bomin Kim. Unsol Kim, Visnak Kim, Jillian Klompus. Yoon Byung Ko, Tyler Kostiak, Anisha Kupa. Shukman Emily Kwan, Chuck-in Martin Lai, Meena Lakshmi Lakshamani. Jennifer Ann Lee, Hao Lee, Helda Chen Hui Lee. Wilson Lee, Yezhen Liang, Grant Lightfoot. Eric Benjamin Luloff, Akash Malik, Sherry Red Manuel. Joshua Vito Paula Marchand, David McLean, Alicia Grace McNeil. Neha Mehta, Vishal Mohan, Kisa Mokenela. Naya Razo, Mutima Rarao, Fatima Nasser, Ashley Rose Neville. Paul Y. Ho Ing, Serena Nguyen, Juan Carlos Olivares. Katrina Parady, Nikita Patel, Rishi Patel. Amifa Azo Christ, Rebecca Lynn Ratkowski, Herman Ray. Maiwish Rajani, Samar Riaz, Ming Ruan. Kayla Ryan, Matthew Daniel George Schmidt, Jennifer Sarek. Nisha Sharma, Natasha Devika Singh, Manvir Soha. Alexander Terry Stavroulakis, Rebecca Nicole St. Croix, Paul Valdemir Sosiski. Alessandro Pietro Taconia, Vivian Denise Tai, Katrina Marie van der Weylen. Mark Vang, Alan Wong, Stacy Wong. Kaylee Wood, Nathaniel Wyman McCarthy, Solomon Shu. Phoebe Yam, Caleb Young, Ivan Lawrence Yu. James Man Chun Yu, Candy Kor Ku Yuan, Mandy Yuan. Syed Zaidi, Ying Zhou. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science Honors, Atmospheric and Planetary Science. Qin Liu. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science Honors, Biochemistry. Amanda Bongers, Jessica Ann Bresnick, Michael Chan. Samuel Ben Andry, also the recipient of the President's Circle Award for Leadership. Jasmine C. Yin Chow, Ilya Jujinin, James Thomas England. Maliha Fakimi Nasab, Manjit Gruel, Ying Gu. Julia Ann Hanchard, Sarah Jaffrey, Moyen Johnson. Alexander Kamika, Kevin Kwan, Jeffrey Homan Lai. Eileen Lamb, Jessica Lung, William Otoski. Maggie J. Liu, Andrea Y. Yi Ma, Sylvia Mihailovic. Conrad Neufeld, Jennifer Nguyen, Nikolai Orvides. Vanya Polik, Melanie Rabi, Paige Antoinette Ribeiro. Edwin Sablik, Gajanika Silan, Fiona Sol. Sarah Stadnick, Sabrina Stanley, Kathy Chenchia Tang. Lim Chin Tang, Shazia Vera, Daniel Weaver Adrian. Xin Wen. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science, Honours, Biology. Holly Aitchison, Nazra Idaris, Bushra Arshad. Duncan Baird, Kaylee Barber, Robo Badir. Laura Beecraft, Carol Best, Jennifer Bielecki. Sherry Lynn Cater, Daniel Chan, Pearson Chan. Heidi Chu, Carmen Cole, Christine Cassette. Shaylin Kruliton, Mark Del Grande, Diana Raluca Duca. Luke Eckstein, Jordan Stewart Farrell, Melissa Galicia. Matthew Joseph Gazzalone, Cherry Sao Yin Ho, George Ibrahim. Bunmi Inthavon, Kristen Kalfleisch, Fancy Kanaganti. Insung Ko, Yvonne Kwan, Jadiel Isaac Laragibel. Lillian Lai Ying Li, Michelle Lin, Tim Ting Han Lin. Zen Lu, Ariana Gail Makasa, Sadie Mayanlu. Jennifer McGuire, Elisa Mejia, Muhammad Ali Nyandan. Gobinath Nadashalingam, Ashley Nelson, Jessica Packle Olson. Harsh Parik, Shasta Parveen, April Irene Eleanor Pollock. Andrew Prusers, Shruti Ray, Benazir Sarafudin. Arabi Sathya Seelan, Faria Sheikh Hassan, Erica Stacy. Scott Stevenson, Tanya Stroessel, Natasha Salbos. Catherine Peeny T, Sarah Lynn Thompson, Liana Todorovic. Karen Vonderhoek, Lena Sovic. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor.
Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Honours Biomedical Sciences. Mark Arslan, Kelsey Cherize Ashley, Lisa Grace Bertham. Jessica M. Bonomo, Mariam Borani, Shante Brown. Huan Hung Chan, Michelle Chan, Stephanie Chen. Christine Hu Ying Chu, Sinetsi Hitsin Chow, Jan Michael Coronel. Sanduni Costa, Anna Maria Dobrea, Max Jingjing Duan. Megan Margaret Feeney, Allison Marjorie Filker, Michelle Fournier. Heidi Friesen, Rochelle Good, David Griesbach. Sarah Jane Hagedorn, Amanda Hart, Nina Huang. Emma Catherine Hoffman, Jenna Elizabeth Holt, Ivan Gabriel Huith. Janelle Lynette Hulme, Rebecca Elizabeth Jenish, Brendan Patrick Watson Kaufman. Catherine Margaret Kennedy, Lucas Kieswetter, Philip Koo-Yong Kim. Sin Yu Ku, Nima Lachini, David Tak Hong Lai. Andrew Kelvin Lam, Da Ai Lee, Joanne Leung. Marie Jasmine Leung, Jerry Ho Young Lee, Kaylin Lisnick. Shi Chun Lu, Christopher Louis, Marissa Sarah McLean. Albert Malia, Kristen Frances McAlpine, Trina Jo McFarland. Devanshi Mehta, Lauren Moore, Stefania Karina Nathaprawira. Jessica Nicastro, Alexander Norris Liu, Paul Castellaro. Daina Dinesh Patel, Amberly Pekrinath, Kaylin Fistero. Anthony Purr, Nirjana Ristovic, Adam Matthew Rockchan. Nathan Christopher Roth, Samir Roy, Melanie Scheck. Samantha Marisha Shortall, Viner Asri Shyam, Ratya Shan Sivanatham. Serish Syed, Letitia Winsam Tam, Lawrence Chung Kwong Tam. Hua Joanna Tang, Lin Thu Kathan Rong, Leah Thiessen. Shanojan Thea Galingnam, Laura Angela Tramontosi, Gary Tran. Victoria Tran, Jennifer Tse Nigat Se, Zachary Ricard. Lindsay Taryn Wilk, Ga John Wong, Patricia Wong. Catherine Joanna Wright, Chang Yang. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Honours Biotechnology, Chartered Accountancy. Harun Ahmad, Sneha Bhatt, Adrian Chan. Michael Chan, Simon Se Yan Chung, Derek Sup Bon Chui. Paul Daikon Gill, Jung Wok Jo Kim, Katie Lee. Joyce Hang Yi Lin, Michelle Luong, Sabrina Meng. Archana Kananka Subramanian, Jason Tang, Lin Lin Yang. Juliana Yuan, Amy Zhang. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Honours Biotechnology Economics. Misra Bilal Udin Ahmed, Christopher Alexiou, Coral Winka Chan. Shuo Chen, Brian Wonwoo Choi, Elias Daoud Fermand. Rene Ip, Aida Nassor, Eric Bryan. Maureen Kwan Ho Wong, Tony Zhu. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Honours Chemistry. Jennifer Nicole Como, Wesley Dymock, Sarah Elizabeth Fong. Carl Christopher Haugen, Emily Henderson, Pak Hin Law. Lu Li, Michelle Nicole Revoy, Nathalie Sin Sisombach. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Honours Computational Science. Tyler Stevenas, Steve Sungya Lee, Brian Raymond Lucas. Kyle White. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Honours Earth Sciences. Cassandra Brown, Kevin Flood, Rice Wynn. Melissa Hollingham, Jason Homewood, Kun Jia. Chunbo Lee, Yuklun Yolanda Tang, Timothy Tong. Cameron Toy, Wu Wang, Andrew Werfritz. Hong Zhu. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Honours Environmental Sciences. Samuel Brock Baumann Fuchs, Bhavina Meul Haria, Zhengdong Huang. Sana Louis, Krista Mary Andrew Paulson, Nicholas James Rendell. Sanshan Zhu, Yan Yan, Zhang Yu. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Honours Mathematical Physics. Jason Iaconis, Andrew James MacDonald, Daniel Riley. Tegan D.H. Weed. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Honours Physics. Jeffrey Brockhouse, Yu Chai, Grant Lawrence Cleary. Joshua Crone, Kevin Mark DeCuna, Jason Daniel Hofgartner. Yi Cheng Liang, Michael Bazarek, Angus King Phi Mok. Kyle Andrew Oman, Luisa Pegararo, Michael Rossi. Bing Da Shao, Alexander Smith, Hai Peng Su. John Thompson, Alexander William Tunney, Hao Yan. Nathan Savaglia, Jimin Zhang, Chinrong Zhang. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Honours Psychology. Alan Stewart Angold, Evan Daniel Borman, Joseph Choi. Catherine Yan Yi Lau, also the recipient of the President's Circle Award for Volunteerism. Do An Le, Jackie Lee, Clarissa Gi Yung Leong. Christine Lowe, Brandon Christopher W. Ralph, Emily Sheepy. Dylan Thompson, Lan Van, Daniel Van der Werf. Emma Charlotte Woodhead. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Honours Science and Aviation. Jason Michael Pollard, David Ross Michael Brest. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Honours Science and Business. Emily Au, Corinne Bakker, Hema Devi Bajak. Sean Burgess, Christina Pui Man Chan, Lian Chen. Rosalind Chu, Matthew Colthorne, Caitlin Turker. Sarah Sue Fisher, Natasha Gill, Stacy Goldman. Carmen Ho, Nancy Huynh, Vienna Iafredi. Nikhil Joseph, Jessica Konzelman, Sultan Ali Ladnani. Patricia Landros, Jessica Lawson, Vincent Jack Jin Lee. Susan Lee, Sarah Mansour, Sean Messenger. Samina Mita, Jennifer Murphy, Bessie Ng. Nadine O'Hara, Talia Grace Rose Panyel, Amy Patel. Alexander William Pavlovsky, Dani Sarma, Melanie Schmidt. Pavandeep Singh, Thi Nyat Vu, Fei Ling Wang. Brandon Wong, Maris Angeli Chua Yu, Xing He Gilman Yu. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor.
Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present the candidates for the degree Doctor of Optometry. Dr. Amber Aspinall, Dr. Megan Mantle, Dr. Graham Burr. Dr. Karen Blackie, Dr. Gregory Carr, Dr. Kristen Carr. Dr. Aaron Chang, Dr. Stacy Chong, Dr. Gordon Christian. Dr. Diane Chung, Dr. Laura Cookson, Dr. Teresa Draconic. Dr. Marion Elder, Dr. Brianne Facey, Dr. Shannon Fernandez. Dr. Lana Filipich, Dr. Allison Bridge, Dr. Kristen Fink. Dr. Vanessa Flack, Dr. Jessica Fullerton, Dr. Maggie Fung. Dr. Lindsay Gerard, Dr. Jennifer Gottling, Dr. Kimberly Goods. Dr. Brittany Gross, Dr. Edward Katsopoulos, Dr. Jessica Hall. Dr. Jenna Hildebrand Brooke, Dr. Sarah Hutchins, Dr. Laura Polinetti. Dr. Devin Huxtable, Dr. Olivia Lee, Dr. Heather Hyde. Dr. Benjamin Itzkow, Dr. Lucian Zbaza, Dr. Jasmine George. Dr. Andrea Jones, Dr. Kristen Kincaid, Dr. Amanda Kanowski. Dr. Anita Lai, Dr. Samantha Lay, Victoria Lamb. Dr. Letty Lau, Dr. Jessica Lautenschlager, Dr. Monica Bloom. Dr. Karen Lowe, Dr. Tyler Lowy, Dr. Sarah McDonald. Dr. Deepak Malkani, Dr. Emily Manning, Dr. Heather Marriott. Dr. Cameron McCroden, Dr. Adam McLeod, Dr. Deanna Michelli. Dr. Annie McCucci, Dr. Jane Mott, Dr. Jillian Monroe. Dr. Dawn Murray, Dr. William Doe, Dr. Jessica Nichols. Dr. Celine Oskan, Dr. Fallon Patel, Dr. Neil Patel. Dr. Megan Pollack, Dr. Tanya Polanenko, Dr. Danny Kolyeka. Dr. Paul Rollet, Dr. Anna Jane Roy, Dr. Catherine Ryan. Dr. Paul Savioli, Dr. Tiffany Shinnery, Dr. Tamsin Sittler. Dr. Ryan Smith, Dr. Justin Snell, Dr. Rafaela Tay. Dr. Jeffrey Tolmie, Dr. Adrian Tong, Dr. Devin Trisham. Dr. Floria C. Dr. Clara Tweed. Dr. Avery Van Dam. Dr. Alana Vermeersch. Dr. Catherine Walden. Dr. Cassidy Wolf. Dr. Amy Wong. Dr. Henry Wong. Dr. Christina Yukobchik-Stranger. Dr. Linda Yee. Dr. Joanna Yu. Mr. Chancellor, these doctors will care for their patients well. Thank you.
Mr. Chancellor, I present the graduates Master of Science. Also, the recipient of the Dean of Science Award for recognition of creative research as presented in the student's Masters of Science thesis. Javed Raymond Akbar. Balsam Al-Abdul Kader, Eric Chi Han Chan, Xiao Tong Chi. Adam John Keach, also the recipient of the Dean of Science Award for recognition of creative research as presented in the student's MSc thesis. Borko Jerkovic, Stacy McDonald, Sabrina Marie Martins. Christopher McNeish, Chao Min Fan, Sena Rebello. Moshkin Torabifard, Shuang Wang, Jamie Yip. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Doctor of Philosophy. Carissa Boluli. Dennis Bondar. Ahmed Youssef Dasoki. Stephen Kurt Frey. Blair Donald Gibson. Rolf Horn. Christine E. Keys. Sangyun Lee. Jennifer Eleanor Parks. Lisa Pokrayats. Amanda Elizabeth Post. Asif Ali Zaidi. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I now request you to confer in absentia the various and several degrees upon these candidates who were approved by Senate but who were unable to be present at today's convocation.
I confer the degrees in absentia.
Vivian Day, Distinguished Teacher Award recipient 2011. The Distinguished Teacher Award was established by the Senate of the University to recognize individuals with a continued record of excellence in teaching at Waterloo. Recipients must be nominated by their students and are selected by a committee consisting of undergraduate and graduate students, alumni, and faculty members. Dr. Vivian Day is recognized by her students as a gifted, creative, and enthusiastic teacher. She is also a source of inspiration and teaching experience to her colleagues in the biology department. Dr. Day began teaching in 2005 and quickly established an enviable reputation for being able to effectively engage her students, many in high enrollment courses. Students are captivated by her genuine excitement for the topics she teaches, her impeccable preparation, and the remarkable clarity of her lectures. Equally important is Dr. Day's commitment to students outside the classroom. She is a tireless advocate of students, and she attends numerous student-related functions and is often approached by senior students for academic and career advice. Her dedication to the success of her students has led to her appointment as Associate Chair in Biology, a challenging administrative portfolio dominated by the undergraduate curriculum and teaching issues. By any measure, Dr. Day's impact as a superb teacher has been significant as well as broad. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of her outstanding achievement in teaching, I ask you to present the Distinguished Teacher Award to Vivian Day. Robert Leroy, University Professor. This designation, University Professor, was approved by the Senate in 2003 to recognize the exceptional scholarly achievement and international preeminence of the university's most accomplished faculty members. Dr. Leroy has been a dynamic member of the Department of Chemistry since his arrival at Waterloo in 1972. He has served as director of the Guelph Waterloo Centre for Graduate Work in Chemistry and Biochemistry, and Associate Dean of Computing, and has been organizer of the annual Waterloo Symposium on Chemical Physics for the past 27 years. Dr. Leroy's research in the development of diatomic potential energy functions and his highly accurate, extremely reliable, robust, open-source code packages for solving the Schrödinger equation and analyzing spectroscopic data are widely used by the experimental spectroscopic community. This, coupled with his development of new compact functional forms, has brought him several prestigious international awards and widespread recognition as the world's foremost expert in this area. Dr. Leroy is both a world-class researcher and a dedicated teacher. His lectures convey the passion that he feels for science. He is seen by science students as a passionate individual who has always made whatever time is necessary to make them understand the subject matter. He has mentored numerous graduate and undergraduate students, all of whom hold fond memories of the time they have spent working with him. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of his accomplishments, I ask that you convey the title of University Professor on Robert Leroy. Mr. Chancellor, I now invite Irene Vassallo to announce the names of the winners of the Alumni Gold Medals. Irene.
Mr. Chancellor, members of Convocation, ladies and gentlemen, since 1957, over 150,000 individuals have graduated from the University of Waterloo. Today, the class of 2011 joins that great assembly as they cross the stage and make the transition from student to alumnus. Graduates, your time as students is ending, but I hope that your connection to the university will last a lifetime. I urge you to explore the continued opportunities that the university offers. In the spirit of connection, each year we are proud to recognize those undergraduate and graduate students who have achieved academic excellence. At Spring Convocation, we honor undergraduate students from each faculty, while students in master's and doctoral programs are recognized in the fall. To each of these exceptional students, we award the Alumni Gold Medal. This solid gold medal, engraved with the recipient's name and degree, as well as the university's insignia, symbolizes academic excellence and the ongoing and vital role of alumni connection. Mr. Chancellor, as a 1992 alumna of the University of Waterloo, I am pleased to present to you the 2011 recipient of the Alumni Gold Medal for the Faculty of Science. He is a graduate from the Waterloo Collegiate Institute and leaves today with an Honors Bachelor of Science in Co-op Biochemistry. 3 years of productive research here, the University of Toronto, Max Planck Institute of Immunobiology in Freiburg, Germany, and Harvard Medical School, where he has been accepted into a PhD program, has focused on medically related biological sciences. As an undergraduate, he has co-authored articles submitted and accepted to Nature Nanotechnology, FACEB Journal, and PLOS One, to name just a few, and is the recipient of 27 competitive awards and fellowships. Ilya Drujanin.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think the newest graduates of the University of Waterloo deserve a round of applause. Graduates, I'm sure that many special bonds and friendships have been made over the years you're here at the University of Waterloo. I ask the graduates to please rise and congratulate each other. Some of you may not be able to see each other again, but just congratulate each other. You can rise and do it. Please be seated. It's not over yet. You have to listen to me for a little while. Today we are celebrating our graduates in the Faculty of Science and its professional schools. Science helps us unlock the wonders of the universe and impresses upon us a profound sense of responsibility for our actions. Winston Churchill once said, "Science is ready to extend the frontiers of every country without injury to the rights of others, and to increase the well-being of every people at the expense of none." This is a profound truth. And how has the University of Waterloo tried to get there? An unconventional mix of in-class learning, industry experience, and pure fundamental research and teaching have put this university at the frontier of innovation, with our Faculty of Science leading the charge. Graduates, we hope that the feelings of fulfillment and achievement that you and your family are celebrating today are in close synchronization with the hopes and dreams that inform your choice to study here at the University of Waterloo. By now, you may think you have learned all there is to learn from us at the university. However, there are some things, some final lessons that I would like to leave with you today. First, take pride in this institution. In our short history, we have climbed to the ranks of top 10 universities in Canada, and our global reputation has cracked the top 100 universities in the world. Our university is consistently ranked first by reputation for innovation and for producing the leaders of tomorrow, future makers like you. As I look at our graduates today, what I see is the next generation of leaders. The University of Waterloo has sought to create an environment that combines the best in the humanities, in science and technology, and in a way that is relevant to the lives of Canadians in a rapidly changing world. But the University of Waterloo's success, its reputation, and its goal to achieve a level of excellence comparable to the top universities in the world is entirely dependent on what you do with what you have learned here. So, secondly, be proud of your achievements. This has been at many times a challenging, difficult journey for you, and today we are seeing the first fruits of your dedication. Our goal here has been to prepare you for what lies ahead, and you have been the most significant contributor to that goal. through your own hard work, your dedication, and the building of lasting friendships. As you leave here and begin the next chapter in your journey of discovery, recall the words of author and historian George Iles, who wrote, quote, "Whoever ceases to be a student has never been a student," quote. Remember that the completion and achievement of a degree is not the end. It's far from it. Education is a lifelong exercise. The creativity, the willingness to take risks, and the spirit of collaboration you have all demonstrated as students will serve you very well in the years to come, and you continue to learn. Thirdly and finally, know that we are so very proud of you. If I may speak on behalf of your professors, some of them are here, just for a moment, I will say that we take such pride in the successes and accomplishments of our students. And allow me to welcome you to our growing alumni family of more than 151,000 around the world. At Waterloo, we like to say we are connected. I encourage you to stay connected to your friends you have found here and to the institution that you have called home for these past few years that you studied here. In 1676, the physicist Isaac Newton wrote to his rival Robert Hooke on the subject of innovation. He wrote, "If I have seen a little further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." Graduates, you are our giants. Giants who have elevated the University of Waterloo into the ranks of world's top universities during the all too brief time that you have spent with us here. And because of you, our university will achieve even greater successes in the years to come. It is our hope that when you look back on your time at the university, you can say, "My future started here." Thank you, and congratulations again.